Hey guys, Captain Seabreeze here. Just want to take a minute to talk to you about World of Warcraft Classic that's coming out summer 2019. Really excited to play that. I didn't play World of Warcraft until Wrath of the Lich King came out, so I did miss out on a lot between Vanilla and Burning Crusade. Just want to talk to you a minute about the different things that are going to be changing with this. There's a lot of missing aspects from the previous expansions. I mean, up until this point, it seemed pretty spoiled with all the new things that we allowed to do and weren't allowed to do previously. For example, the races alone, there won't be any Blood Elves, Draenei, Worgen, Goblins, Pandas, or any of the allied races. They're all going to be gone. In the PvP servers, you're only allowed to be one faction per server, so you can't have Alliance and Horde characters on the same realm. Also, racial abilities for each race played a big part in WoW Classic. Even I think for Burning Crusade also. For classes, there's not going to be any more Death Knights. Monks and Demon Hunters will all be gone. If you wanted to be a Shaman, like this character here, you had to play on the Horde side. Where if you wanted to play as a Paladin, you had to be on the Alliance side. They also, over time, allowed you to play as other classes, class-race combinations that weren't previously allowed. Like I know originally you couldn't be a hunter, human, or like a gnome hunter. Those are things that they added later in the game. As far as mounts go, you don't get a mount until level 40, your first mount. And there's no flying, of course. You have to use your flight paths. And with the flight paths, like all flight paths even now, you have to discover them first before you can even use the flight path. So you have to walk or run your mount all the way over there till you find the flight paths in order to use them for future use. There was no raid or dungeon finder, so you pretty much had to organize your raids beforehand. Then once you got your raid group together, you all had to travel to the said raid or dungeon before you could even do it. I believe they did have summoning stones back then. I could be wrong. I wasn't around for this, so I'm not exactly sure. I go by what people told me and by what I've read online. Another big thing with WoW Classic I know was mana conservation. You could go really fast if you didn't manage your mana well. They also have reagents. I did have reagents when I played Lich King at first, meaning like spells like Slowfall, they required you to have a light feather in order to use it. So every time you used it, you had to have a light feather, otherwise you couldn't use the spell. It would say missing reagent. And then like hunters, for example, using bows and arrows and guns, you had to have ammunition made by a blacksmith. Let's see, what else is there? You know, people like myself, we're going to be in for a big surprise, so we never got to experience this. I'm very excited about this. I can't wait. I have a few buddies coming back to World of Warcraft that used to play with me that are excited to play as well. Oh, as far as raids too, they're going to be starting out with like Molten Core, Onyxia, Dire Maul, and such, and then slowly releasing the rest of the raids over time. I think this was a great way to bring, you know, some of the older World of Warcraft generations back into the game that may have left because they didn't like the new aspects of the game. But it also allows people like myself who weren't around to experience it for the first time to try it out, the nitty-gritty, you know, how the game originally was when it came out. So when that does release this summer, I will be making some live streams and content. So feel free to come back and check me out. Don't forget to like and subscribe my page, and I'll see you guys later.